Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another video, and I just felt like opening some stuff, so let's do a 10 car Tuesday. Why not? I've got some Greenlight that I've neglected to open, and you know, I've had it for a while. Oh, my dehumidifier is still running here. We're going to shut that off. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but at least now I know for sure you can't. Anyway, and how I just felt like opening some stuff tonight. I've been a little under the weather. Unfortunately, just had a nasty cold and can barely talk more than a little bit without constantly coughing. And who knows, I'll probably have to stop the video a couple times during this to hack up some nice stuff. But we're going to try. We're going to try. Let's start with a Champion. How appropriate. So, we're actually going to look at this whole set. This is the La Carrera Panamericana Series 3 from Greenlight. This is a series that I actually adore from Greenlight, and I hope they do come up with a Series 4. I don't know if they've discontinued it, though, or not, because it seems like it's been a while since they've put out this series, which makes me think that there probably isn't another one coming, but I don't know. I really like it, though. I did my very first Lamley article. I think it was the first Lamley article I ever did. I don't know. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but it was on the first set of these. So anyway, we're on Series 3, and we've got the whole set here to look at. We're not going to do them all in order. We're just going to kind of just chopping packaging here. Oh, and by the way, Greenlight. When I open Greenlight nowadays, I basically do this. I'll open it exactly how I would normally open it. I'm not doing this with all of the castings necessarily. Oh, I guess I don't need to do it like that. We're going to do this. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but I'm not gonna do this with all of them here on camera, but just to show you. Okay, so something like that. So now you can put these back in the package like this and kind of like stack them in like a tote like this for loose cars, and it kind of holds them nice and should keep them in order. That's the challenge of loose car collecting, I will tell you. Card collecting is tough, right? Because you want to keep the packaging in great shape, and that's hard to do too, especially when you have just cardboard stuff. It's much easier, you'd think, with plastic packaging, but then again, that rubs against each other, and transit stuff like that. It starts to get scratched up, it starts to fade. Sometimes it turns yellow and all that stuff too, so that's kind of hard to preserve as well. Loose cars are very hard to preserve, especially when they have little pieces and stuff, because you'd have to protect each car. Anyway, as I collect, I always come up with little different ways to do things, and I've been kind of cutting out all my Greenlight and kind of saving it like this, mainly because I don't have any room on the walls to really display much of it, so it's getting stacked in a tote in this state. It's easy to take out. I mean, it doesn't hold together all that well, but when you pack them in next to each other, they tend to stay like this pretty decently. Anyway, let's take a look at this. This is the 1954 Studebaker Champion from Greenlight. Which is a cool casting. I just dropped one of the cars. Very cool casting from Greenlight. This is a very popular choice for the La Carrera Panamericana race. And let's just kind of take a look at this up close. Very good. Every time we open up any Greenlight, we always kind of assess quality. This one appears to not have any issues. Casting number is 173 for those that are curious. Serial number on the bottom is 2556. I have no idea how many of this series they made. I'm guessing they didn't make a ton of this particular series. But again, that's a guess. My only critique with this one is, of course, use some black wash on the wheels. I think that would make it look quite a bit better. Although I guess that kind of has the illusion of having dinner plates in there, some discs. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's pretty sweet. It's a pretty sweet little car. I actually like it quite a bit. All right, so I'm going to set that by its little box that it's going to go back in temporarily. Let's open, we're going to do 3 Studebakers in a row, actually. Here's another one. Studebaker Champion 1953 flavor. We saw the 1954. I don't know what the difference is between the two, but we're going to do the quick cut open thing on this package. This was in the Rally 2017, number 113. And by the way, these are done-up versions of real cars that really raced in this real race. And that's why, one of the reasons why I really like this series I think it was a great idea from Greenlight. I really do hope they continue with it, and if not with this, that they do something similar. But so far, I've got all 3 series complete. And if they do a 4th one, I will continue the completion effort. Let's see if we can see any discernible differences. It looks like the headlights are slightly different. I don't know if that's just a trim in these Studebaker Champs. This one is sans. I don't know if the bumper's there. It's just painted black. And everything else looks the same. Serial number 4668. There probably is no difference between the two, but they probably gave it the year of the actual car that was in the actual race, which I think is actually very cool. All right. Going the Studebaker Commander Starliner, which is the same car. Same casting anyway. I don't know if it's exactly the same car. I'm not a Studebaker expert, but we're going to go ahead and open up this one. This is from Hollywood Series 26. Home Improvement. Great show from sort of my childhood. I can't remember exactly when it came out. I think it was still a kid. I remember watching it actually quite a bit, though. Tool time. And take a look at this. So now we got like a stock version of it, not dressed in a race livery. And put this guy back here so I remember to cut that out. And take a peek. So somebody that's a Studebaker connoisseur maybe could tell me more about these cars. Unfortunately, I have an uncle that was really into Studebakers. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us, but he would have been the one to ask. And I think he actually had one of these. So pretty cool. I don't know if it was this exact model. We got a little bit of a quality issue on the front here. I'm pretty sure it's not a planned part of the graphic, but we have some paint splatter of silver. This would have been the paint that was used to paint like the trim lines and stuff like that. I have no idea how they do this in manufacturing. No clue, but it looks like it has been a little bit of splatter there. And sometimes when this happens, you can scrape it off. In this case, that it's not going to be the case because this appears to have been possibly clear coated. I'm not sure, but that is definitely not coming off. So we'll just leave it. And any other quality concern, just be around, of course, anytime Greenlight does white line or white wall tires or any line on the tire, it's rarely a perfect circle. And as you can see, these are not. Now, these aren't the most horrible that I've seen. So they sort of get a pass, I suppose. But anyway, here's this one. It's a nice looking car. It's not too bad. Nice and straightforward. Probably pretty close to ideal, like to actual 1/64 scale, which not all Greenlight is, I don't think. But the majority of it, I think they try to go for actual 1/64 scale. I'm pretty sure not all of them are, but like I said, the majority of them are. So I'm going to put that Studebaker next to the others. And over to my left. And then let's take a look, I guess, at this classic Volkswagen Beetle. Greenlight uses 2 different Beetle toolings. And actually, we are going to get to see both of them here in this episode. And this one is number 252 in the 2009 rally race, the La Carrera Panamericana. Go ahead and pull the car out and put this back and set her over here. Act like you can see where I'm setting it, but yeah, anyway. This is the more elaborate tooling that Greenlight uses for a classic Volkswagen Beetle. This one has an opening hood and headlight inserts. It also has an opening engine bay. And trying to open it without breaking it. There it is. There's some detail in there you're not going to really be able to see. It's all black. Put that back down. Generally, I don't even try to open those. I'm going to say they're typically a little bit better quality, though, than M2 Beetles that have kind of the same thing going on. generally, not always. It's a split window, and got the open top variation on this one. And it looks pretty cool. I love these wheels on it. I think those look great. 1904 serial number, tooling number 89. Gives you kind of a hint. Copyright date 2014. So when they released this casting, I believe the first time they released this actual casting is when they started the Club V-Dub series. I think this was a new tooling for that series. You can correct me if I'm wrong. This is the one that's been around a lot longer, this classic Volkswagen Beetle. And this was the 2017 rally, number 285. And you could actually go to the La Carrera Panamericana website. You can actually look up this car. You could see how it did in the race. Too bad they don't give you the standings on the back of here. By the way, all the Volkswagen stuff that comes from Greenlight typically will have this Volkswagen holographic decal. And if you want to learn more about the race, I suggest just Googling it. It's actually really cool. It's a really cool kind of rally race. Quite dangerous, I think, and very interesting, the rules and stuff behind the cars that race it. So they all have to be stock cars, and I think they all have to be old, which is definitely interesting. But here you go. Classic Volkswagen Beetle in black. Very basic graphic on this one. This was originally a Motor World casting, or sorry, originally a high-speed casting in the Malibu International line. And then they released it into Greenlight Motor World, and then it was into Greenlight regular and retooled with a metal base. And anyway, it's there's a lot of variations of this out there, and at one time I was trying to collect all of them, and thankfully I've given up because it just is ridiculous. But pretty decent. Little tooling, not too bad. Size-wise, it's about the same as this one. This one's not a split window. It's a different year, Volkswagen Beetle, but it's pretty cool. All right, there's those two little Beetles. What should we do next? Let's do another Panamericana car. We got the 1965 Shelby GT350. And this one I can already tell has some weird quality issues with it. So that'll be fun to talk about. It usually is. This one was 2011 Rally Mexico. 379. I'm starting to have to take frequent drinks now. It's amazing how hard it gets to talk after you've had a cold for an extended period of time. Before your throat just starts to itch. Alright, open this up. We'll take the car out. But again, like I said, I just felt like opening up some cars, so get back into it. Alright. Yeah. Those aren't like racing wounds here on the side. Those are fingerprints in paint. This one's actually kind of a bit of a mess all over the place. Now, it kind of works because it's a race car, right? That's supposed to be racing in dirt and stuff like that. So it sort of, kind of works. Sort of, kind of. And that's so weird. So, like, I'm not sure what happened here. So, like, the printing on the bottom is, like, worn off. It's 3051, tooling number 41. This tooling's been around for a while. 2009 is a copyright date on it. It's been released 1,000 times, but so it's got an opening hood, all that good stuff. Painted details for headlights and taillights. I don't even think they were doing inserted stuff at that time. Could be wrong, but it's decent tooling. It's not bad. Like I said, it's been used a lot. In this particular version of it, it looks pretty good, but yes, this one's got some quality issues, as you can tell. Fingerprints, paint issues mainly. Something weird happened there. Not sure. Cloudiness in the windows, which is all fine and dandy, not too bad. The markings on the side, again, sometimes you can scrape this stuff off with a fingernail, and sometimes you can't. This is one of those cases where you cannot. I do like what they did with the grill. That looks cool. That does almost have the illusion. of being an actual mesh grill, which is cool. Very cool. All right. Yeah, my throat's fading fast. All right, so let's keep going. Why not? 1967 Chevy Impala, the A-Team Hollywood Series 23. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and open it up. I got this one. I have many versions of this Impala. The reason why I picked this one up is just because I thought it looked pretty decent. And I think the other reason why I grabbed it is because it was extremely cheap. I don't even remember exactly where I got it. That's blacked out, though, not because I did that. Somebody that was selling this blacked it out. I think I might have found this actually in like a bin where stuff was for sale for like $2 a car. At an Iola car show. There's these people that have, they put out a little kiddie pool in front of their tent where they're selling everything. And everything in there is like, they're just blowing it out at like $2, whatever. And you can find some decent stuff in there sometimes. And I think I found this in there, and that's why I picked this up. And I'm glad I picked it up because it's a really good version of this casting. Like I said, I do have a lot of them. This one's number 862. We got a kind of a low number, I guess. Tooling number 4. It's been around for a very long time. 2005. We got painted details for the headlights. And we got painted details for the taillights. And my kid is going crazy out there. So, opening hood. I like the mismatched wheels. I think those look fantastic. So, all in all, I think this is a great version of this casting. So, I'm glad to have it. This actually might be my favorite one that we looked at so far. Let's set that right there to remember that. All right, we got 3 left. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm on the struggle bus now. So let's go ahead and open up them quickly, hopefully. Oh, there's a hair on there. And 1974 Datsun 260Z. If this was just a release alone without being in this series, I probably wouldn't have picked it up because, as you guys know, I love the Z car, but as you also know, Greenlight botched this casting. It just does not look good. Yeah, this version's not terrible. It's just the proportions of this car, I think they just got way wrong. Like way wrong. It just does not look good. Some versions of it look better than others. The first few of them were really terrible. This one, not as terrible, but I still would call it, I don't know, bad. And I would never expect Greenlight to be the worst Z that we would ever see. And in my opinion, it is. At least for the brands that I see and have in my collection, they're the worst at this particular casting. All right. Does this hood open? I don't think it does, actually. No, I don't think it does. I mean, at some angles, it doesn't look too bad. But the majority of angles, it looks too bad. Unfortunately bad. Inserted details for headlights and taillights. That's about the only thing I can say about it. And I thought this hood opened. But clearly it doesn't, or it's clearly stuck. Yeah, it definitely don't open. All right, moving on, because we have to. I'm dying. All right. 2021 Ford Bronco Sport with backpacker. I think the only reason why I picked this up because this was the first available one of this casting when I grabbed it. I thought I would grab it and take a look at it. It's in the Hobby Shop series, which actually is one of my favorite series from Greenlight because they usually have some pretty good castings they use in the series. And then as a bonus, you get these little diorama characters or some sort of little accessory with the car. And I think that's kind of a cool idea. This is a little bit weird because this is the some sort of support truck, Bronco support truck. Oh, we got major issues too. I'm almost excited when I see major like flaws or obvious issues in Greenlight. I don't know why I'm excited when I see it. Maybe because it's fun to talk about it. Honestly, I'd rather have a card in my collection that doesn't have any weird issue. But look at this one. Someone went a little wild with the eyeliner here. And whoopsie. Yeah, that's bad. Looks decent on this side. It's got inserted details for headlights. This is the first one of this casting that I've opened. It's a Bronco support truck. Got some topographic mapping on the side there. Silver for the mirrors. That's cool. I mean, it's kind of a nice looking version of the thing. I guess there's really nothing to complain about except for that little flaw there on the side. So, yeah. What do you think about that one? It's not terrible. It's not great. And, yeah. I guess that's all I got to say. 4122. It is GL196. So check that out. Rolls really nice, though. Really nice and smooth. Which is not that normal for a Greenlight. So that's cool, I guess. And then lastly, we got another one from the Hobby Shop series, which is the Plymouth Grand Fury with man in suit. And we got to open that up. What? Here's my scissors. So this packaging, obviously, I can't do my little trick with. Well, I guess I could. I could keep it with the character or whatever in it. Character. With the man in suit in the packaging, and I could kind of save it like that. But I'm not going to. These ones don't get saved like that. Take up too much space in the box. There you go. Man with suit. Nothing too special. But Plymouth Grand Fury, this thing looks cool. Nice basic looking car. And I think it looks pretty awesome, actually. Detail-wise, we're doing pretty good. I don't see any issues. Any major ones, anyway. We got a little bit of extra taillight back there, but big deal. This one looks pretty good. It rolls pretty decent. Sits, it's got a little bit of the old Greenlight lean to it. Not the worst. Looks better on this side, almost lowered than on this side. It's such a classic Greenlight problem. I talked about it a lot, where like the holes for the axles are not level in the base, and it causes the car to lean to one side. Don't know why that happens all the time, but it happens all the time, and it's kind of irritating, but whatever. All right, that's going to be it for this episode. I got to stop this before I'm dead. All right, favorite cars, real quick. I like these Studebakers. I think in particular this one looks the best. And then I also like this Beetle. I think this Beetle's really cool. And then, yeah, this one's probably my fave, though. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Anyways, good to make a video anyway. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully it was fun. And if not, you know, sorry about that. We'll resume your regularly scheduled program, hopefully this weekend when I do a Diecast Weekly episode. All right, see you in that one. Thank you guys very much. Have a great day.